Howdy y'all, I'm back. So anytime you get a new hobby, what is the first thing that you should do that everyone does? And that's acquire as much gear as possible for said hobby. I like to pretend that I'm a photographer, but with that I've never really had a whole lot of gear just because I'm not super advanced and sometimes I don't see the point. But with this potentially YouTuber, now I have a tripod, so I have kind of a different angle going on here. No external mic yet. I've looked into it. They're all pretty pricey, but maybe, this tripod came with a little remote, which you could hear in that last clip, I think, click to end, but it's whatever. We're just having fun here. So anyway, this week, if you couldn't tell in my last video how indecisive I was in me basically saying, it's my last couple weeks at work, I think, I'm undergoing a job change, probably. I couldn't sound decisive about anything because I knew something would happen. Somebody just walked by. I was wondering what would happen if somebody walked by and saw my setup. But anyway, I knew something would happen. And sure enough, it did. This should have been, once again, my last week at work. But now, I don't know what week it is in the timeline that is my life. I have descended further into chaos. I don't really have enough time right now to go into it. If I even should go into it, I will definitely give you the abridged version. But I'm trying my hardest right now to be on time for work for the first time in like a month. Because as of recent, I'll explain, don't worry as if you were worried. Any passion or anything resembling passion for this job was gone. I did not want to be there at all, even though I was, burnt out of it anyways. It was the next level of I don't want to be here. Get me out of here. I'm going to go check the mailbox like 10 times a day just so I don't have to be in here. But hopefully some of that is resolved, at least for the moment. We'll see how today goes. But I have 10 minutes. It'll probably take me a good 2 to walk in there. One thing I will say is these bangs, I can't with them. I cut them super short like a month ago, the classic, I have some mental health issues bangs. Trying to look retro, I couldn't pull it off. The one time I had them, did my hair, I felt like people were like straight up looking at me, and which I couldn't handle. So I had them pinned back for the last month. And now I'm trying them out. It's not doing it for me at all. But the reason why I cut them so short, I had wanted to try that hairstyle for quite a while. But I felt like it was the perfect time. And sure this sounds weird. I had to do something that I couldn't take back. I couldn't reverse. I said, Abby, good luck fixing these bangs. Once you cut them, you can't undo it. So I had to do that because everything else, seemingly, I just go back on. Once I get married, next day I'll probably say never mind. And then it's like I had to commit to one thing, even if it was just my hair. So here I am, like 8 hours later. Basically, I have now quit and unquit both twice. And the reason why I quit the second time was because the girl I was working with actually drove me insane. Like, no one has driven me insane my entire life. I was unbelievable. The last hour working with her on Saturday, it took all the patience in the world for me to not walk out. That wasn't the first day that happened to me, but yeah, it was not gonna work with her. So she's been let go. Now I'm working with yet another new person, somebody that doesn't have food experience, which that's okay. I mean, neither did I when I started there, and look at me now. This is all I do still. But the sad thing is, in my heart, I know, even though I'm manager, what I'm really best at is being a assistant manager, which I know you probably wouldn't even think there's much difference, but assistant manager is just the person that manages inventory and like stock and, am I looking in the right way? I think I am. Inventory. I'm good at that. I'm good at numbers. I'm good at doing stuff. But managing people, in the back of my head all day, I'm like, I'm probably doing a bad job. I probably should have said yes to my boss when she offered to come in, because not only does she probably need to yell at my coworker a little bit, but she also needs to yell at me, believe it or not, even though I'm almost 40 here. I am not great at managing people. I try, but I'm lacking, and I can tell. And then I can't help but remember not only all the good times with my old pals that I used to work with, but also, was I too hard on them? Did I expect too much? I don't know. Hindsight is 20/20 for all of these lingering questions. But honestly, if I were them, I would not take any orders or direction from somebody with a haircut like this. It's really bad. I really hate it. It's hard for me to watch this video back. I also am thinking about returning to blonde, because why not? I spent all my life wanting red hair. Now I've had red hair for like a year, but I don't know, maybe I'd look good with blonde. Back here, the only place in this apartment with good lighting. In conclusion, number one, I probably won't dye my hair blonde because there's several people in my life that still don't like my hair all this time later, and I can't let them win. I need to have red hair. I might just try a different shade of red, because honestly, this just looks too purple, and I do not want purple hair at all. Number two, I am an idiot. I should not have stayed any longer at this job. Couldn't be any more obvious. But now I'm locked in for a month or two here, and if it just can't be any more than that. But figure I can't quit every month. I gotta at least let a month go by and then quit again. So hopefully by the end of this year, I will be able to not keep doing this. Like, I legit can't. Number three, in the meantime, I probably should put something on my calendar, because it's completely empty, and there really needs to be something in my life other than me crying about my job on the internet.